understand what is going on. Greetings, Quin.
Jesus Christ!
Shh. It's fine. We don't have a lot of time. But now, it seems like your evil variant has slipped something poisonous into your system. Is that correct?
Yeah, the one that was supposed to kill me?
Long story short, a company of variants came in and we were able to fish out the properties of the poison out of your system. Trust me, it isn't an easy task. Your variant has been causing nothing but problems across headquarters for the past 5 months. So right now, where you're standing, you're our only shot at getting back at him.
Why me? Why couldn't you just take Ken? Oh, wait, that's right, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Trust me, we would have asked the council for help, but they got some other stick up their ass, so we have no choice but to act outside of their vicinity.
Working against the council? As if that's going to turn out as planned.
The point is, the only way that we'll be able to get the variant's attention is that if you dust off your cinematic flair and start talking about movies again. I think I got the memo. Thank you very much, but I don't get it.
I don't understand. I did the same thing with Aquaman 2, and look where that got me.
Listen, this is the closest shot we have at subduing your variant. Either you walk away from this empty-handed, or you start doing this with some goddamn purpose for once.
Okay, fine. But the second I find anything sketchy, I walk.
Excellent. This bit's becoming a bit too overdramatic for our viewers anyway. Good luck on your mission, Quin. We're counting on you.
Wait, what bit?
Goodbye.
Shit! God! Fuck!
Okay. Just like old times. What's cracking, y'all? It's me, Quin, the movie guy here. And the only baggage I carry are the same ones trying to keep me together.
Inside Out 2 is the latest animated coming-of-age film from Pixar Animation Studios. Directed by Kelsey Mann and stars the voices of Amy Powler, Liza Lapira, Tony Hale, Louis Black, Phyllis Smith, with Maya Hawke and Ayo Edebiri being amongst the fellow newcomers to the cast. The film follows a teenage Riley whose mine headquarters is undergoing a sudden demolition to make room for an entirely new cast of emotions, and joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, who've already been running operations for as long as they can remember, aren't sure how to feel when anxiety shows up. And that she didn't exactly come alone.
The first Inside Out movie was not only a great movie, but was also a pretty nice addition to the lineup of projects under Pixar Animation Studios. Sure, it ain't no Toy Story, Monsters Inc., or Incredibles, but what really made that movie stand out from among the rest was the way that it utilized imaginative techniques that were able to translate the possibility of our emotions having their own unique set of personalities. And not only that, but was also able to incorporate these ideas into a single narrative, providing more nuance for children to be aware that our emotions are really important, and each set has their own unique role to play. Going into the sequel, I had no particular set of expectations in play, but the very idea that they're actually continuing on with the character of Riley makes me feel like we're actually going to follow through to this character's growth, both on a deeply emotional and personal level.
And walking out of this one felt like an actual wake-up call for not just me, but for children of all ages, that even though we are about to be subjected to a lot of change within ourselves, it is extremely beneficial for us to realize that it's okay not to be okay. It takes a lot of effort and time for us to be able to process change, and that's alright, because once we're finally given the opportunity to enter the crippling, harsh, and cold dimension that is reality, it all leads back to us on how we navigate this landscape. While the formula of Inside Out 2 retains the same trope of our fellow emotions having to navigate the machinations of Riley's subconscious in order to retrieve a piece of her personality that's integral to the resolution, Kelsey Mann's direction was able to bridge these expectations and somehow made room for extra seats of an already emotional roller coaster that's in high demand for the masses. The voice talents from the previous film return, and Amy Powler once again delivers into the very embodiment of joy as a character.
Another thing that I really admired about the first movie was that they were able to challenge the audience's perspective on the very character of Joy. Granted, it is always a given that she's an extremely positive character all around, and we were able to see that still, even with the amount of heavy baggage placed upon her shoulders. And eventually, it will come to the realization that even emotions have their own breaking point, and God forbid if one of mine even managed to slip out of my hands.
And alongside joy, we have the addition of anxiety, whose entire demeanor was portrayed in spectacular fashion by Maya Hawke. In a way, she is the complete antithesis of joy as a whole, with the latter being portrayed as someone who takes pleasure in being the one in charge, even though there is more to the reason to why they prefer to be the one in control, and that very reason is later on proven to be the underlying issue that sets the movie's plot into motion. The overall tone of this movie is very much similar within the first, but it was able to create a juxtaposition that helps it stand on its own 2 feet. For instance, this won't be the last we'll see of Riley. We still have an awaited lineup of chapters within her life that's just waiting to be explored in its entirety. And you bet that I'll be there to follow through it in every step of the way.
The only issue that I really had with Inside Out 2 was, while it does offer some unique additions to the table, there were some elements within the world building that I wished was explored even further. And it would have been nice if we were able to give him some semblance of an idea as to how integral these changes are to Riley's self and how it affects the inner society, without having to necessarily worry about rushing through a story that's already a bit too quick to the pace. But other than that, I had a real fun time with this movie, and I think that an entire family of children will also have an explorative experience in terms of the movie's core themes of change and further development of one's own self. So now that we've gotten new emotions to the mix, I wonder what emotions they'll incorporate next.
Listen up, need your attention. Oh, she like my tone when I get rough. Give her praise to lift her up. Ooh, it's tempting, huh? Feel it from a distance, on all in your bones. The temperature, just say if it's too much.